Yo, you already know who it is. It's your girl, Red. Thank you guys for tuning into this very, very special IGTV where I'm about to give you the first listen to my new project, REDtro, that I collaborated with Alonzo. Shout out to Alonzo. The project came about, I did an 80s song last year. I was inspired by The Weeknd's Blinding Lights. Did a song called No More. I made the beat in about 10 minutes, wrote the song in about 15 minutes, recorded it, put it up on YouTube, left it alone. Alonzo hit me up late last year and he asked me if he could have the acapella to do a remix to it. So he did it and the remix came out fire. So I was like, yo, I think I really want to do like a whole 80s project. And that's kind of how it started. The concept of REDtro is something that's near and dear to my heart. I lost my father last May and I chose to release this project on his 1-year anniversary, which is May 12th, 2021, because it was the best way that I could pay tribute to him is through my music. And so the concept of REDtro is me going back to the 80s. I love everything 80s. Anybody who knows me, music, movies, clothes, whatever it is, I love anything retro. And because everybody calls me Red, it was like REDtro. Like it just made sense. And so the concept is that I go back, I'm chilling, I find a DeLorean, I go back in time and I hit the studio. And while I'm back in the 80s, I go visit myself, I see my mother, you know what I'm saying? I pick up a girl in the club and take her to the future. Like it's a whole crazy thing. But then what ends up happening is you find out towards the end of REDtro that it was all a dream. Now shout out to Biggie, it was all a dream. So I want to jump right into this. I want to get you into the songs so you guys can get a first listen. Make sure you download REDtro next Tuesday, May 12th, 2021. It's going to be the feel-good joint of the summer. There's a lot of good songs on there. There's some emotional stuff, there's some personal stuff on there. Yo, it might be my best work, yo. It might be L-I-R-R. L-I-R-R was full of trash. But this is some good stuff. So definitely, let's check it out. Let's jump into the first track, No More, produced by me. I'll give you a brief synopsis of what that's about. We've all been in situations where like we're chasing a person, right? And that person is chasing somebody else. And then that person is chasing somebody else. It's like a vicious cycle. And that's where the idea of this song came from. You gotta really listen to the whole song though, because the first verse, it'll make you just think that I'm kind of chasing somebody who doesn't want me. And then when it gets to the second verse, it's cool because that second verse could either be me singing to somebody else, or that could be that person from the first verse singing to me. But no matter how you look at it, it's a vicious cycle. So, that's basically what No More is about. So let's take a listen.
My love, no more, no more. So I gotta go. You know I gotta go. Every time I call your phone, you don't pick it up.
Track number 2 is called Proud. This one was produced by Alonzo. As soon as he sent me the beat, I was like immediately in writing mode. Like the first thing that came to my mind was, I feel the change come over. And I don't know why, like that was just the first thing that came to mind. And then I stopped and I said, yo, how dope would it be if I wrote a song from the vantage point of the Werecat and Thriller? Thriller. Everybody knows, you know what I'm saying, that Michael in the beginning, he was trying to tell her like, yo, I'm not like the guys, I'm not like other guys, whatever. Let's check that out.
Of course you like, that's why I like you. 'Cause you're sweet and soft like Michael, she said. That's right, she said.
Yo, one of my favorites on there, so I had to put that early in the album because I just love it. One of my favorite parts of the song is when I say, of course you're not, that's why I like you. 'Cause you're sweet and soft like Michael, she said. That's my part because, it's classic, yo, it's classic. So this track right here, this track is called Doc Brown. This is very 80s inspired. Anybody who knows me know I love Back to the Future, preferably part 2. This song is really, really personal and dear to my heart because I actually go back and talk to myself as a little kid. And I deal with some really like personal issues on here. So I've had a crazy childhood. Like for me, it was crazy. And it's just like the concept of the song was, even though I can't go back and change time, maybe I can go back and I can ease my mind. Like what if I could go back and I could tell my 4-year-old self it's gonna be okay? What if I could go back and tell my 9-year-old self, yo, your stepfather is a real piece of shit, but don't worry about it, you're gonna be all right. What if you could go back and you could tell yourself those things? So that's what I did on Doc Brown. I took the opportunity to kind of clear my mind a little bit and go back. So Let's check it out. Small piece.
Hey Key, it's me, yeah, I'm back again. You're like, what, maybe 9, like going on 10? I know life is tough and it's full of hysterics, and it's all because of your stepfather Derek. He slaps you in your face on the stairs and you hate him, and that'll never change, but one day you'll escape him. You'll have the upper hand cause he's...
Yeah, so that's Doc Brown, man. Very personal to me. Let's get into the next joint. This one was produced by Alonzo, 1985. I didn't have any input on this song at all. He did all the production and he did the writing for that one. And he sent it to me and I loved it. It was dope. It's a really feel-good song. You know, and it speaks to back in the day when you could go outside and play and you didn't have to worry about all this craziness that's going on in the world. So yeah, 1985, let's take a listen.
Let's go back in time to you know you want to. Let's go back in time to you know you want to.
Yeah. That shit is dope, E. That shit is dope. Shout out to Alonzo for that one, 1985. Alright, yo, so this next joint is called Rock Your Body. R-Y-B, that's what it says, but it's Rock Your Body. One of my favorite things about Rock Your Body is the second verse. Matter of fact, instead of giving you a preview, let me just hit you with those lyrics really quick. Shorty, where you wanna go, name the time and place. With my ride, we can go through time and space. We could fly back to the time of the Jackson 5 with little Michael with his brothers on his Sullivan Live. 93 to see Aaliyah, 96 to see my dad. Back to 87 just to see who's bad. 91, that was grunge. Tell me, can you hear it? What's that smell? Smells like Teen Spirit. And then we jump to 001. What a year, that was supposed to be fun. It was a dub, shit turned out dumb. Aaliyah died and my soul went numb. Moving on, 2008, we had a black president, kid, the shit was great. 2009, now we need to turn back, cause what happened to Mike, you're not ready for that. Yeah, so that's Rock Your Body. Now, we getting into one of my favorite joints on here, man. I'm not even trying to shit, but it's fire. It's called Lids, okay? This beat actually almost didn't make it onto the project. I made it and it was just sitting there and I was like, I don't know what to do with it. So my boy Bobby G, I reached out to wish him a happy birthday and he was like, yo, that retro is sounding hot. And I was like, yo, bro, you need to get on it. Cause those of you who peep LIRR, I had a song with Bobby G on there. And Bobby G, he did my whole LIRR project. Like he mixed everything for me. So I was like, yeah, no doubt. So I sent him the beat. It didn't even have a title, I just sent it to him, boom. So he hits me back and he dropped the chorus on it. She's a devil in disguise, she's a devil in disguise. And I was like, welcome to hell where the fire burns hot, and your soul is mine, so give me what you got. So me and Bobby went in, we recorded the joint, and then I sent it to Alonzo. I didn't know what he was gonna do with it. I was like, yo bro, like we're done with the song, what you wanna do? He goes and he reaches out to his homegirl, Sparkly L. Shout out to Sparkly L, man. She came and she did the Salt Bay. She did a Salt Bay on the joint, man. She just put some ad-lib vocals on there, man. She did her thing. So Alonzo, you know what I'm saying, he mixed it up or whatever. Boom, he shot it back to me. Lived. She's a devil in disguise. Check it out.
Welcome to hell where the fire burns hot. If someone's magic, give me what you got. There's no escape like a room with no door. This here is fate, what the hell you running for? You're mine, I don't want you. This time, I won't haunt you. So fine, let me flaunt you. Come into my fire, baby, I knew you want to.
Tryna be the one to love, but never did she wanna love. She wanna be my angel type, no wings, no arm, no halo.
The next joint on here is called Weekend. Again, like I told you guys in the beginning, I really love what The Weeknd did with his project with Blinding Lights and the 80s vibes or whatever. So initially when I made this beat, I titled it Weekend. I usually name my beats random stuff, so I named it Weekend. Again, it was almost a throwaway beat. And then one day I was just driving and like, I started thinking about my father and I was like, man, I really wish that I could have told him some things before he passed. And the crazy thing is, when my dad died last year, I was calling his phone just to hear his voice because I didn't have nothing left. And Catherine recorded me one day, and so you don't hear me crying, but what you hear on the beginning of Weekend is my dad's actual voicemail saying that he's unavailable. And every time I hear the song, I get emotional. Even recording it with Jay Cloud at Major Cloud Studios, I was really emotional during that one. And something really strange happened while I was recording it. Like, it sounded like somebody came in the room, but nobody really did. So I really feel like my dad was there with me when I recorded that. So yeah, I'm just gonna play you guys the intro so you can hear what that sounds like. And If you download Retro, then you'll hear what I had to say to my dad.
Hi, this is Tony. Can't come to the phone right now. Leave a message. I'll call you back.
Is not available.
So yeah, Weekend. Let's move on to the next one. Alright, so this is where everything comes to a head. Blurry Vision. Yeah, like the concept of another throwaway beat, man. I made this beat, almost was thrown away. I think Retro was probably gonna be like 4 or 5 tracks because some of these beats I made them and I just didn't have ideas. I didn't have song ideas for them. And right at the last minute when I was done writing everything, I sat down and Blurry Vision, and I was like, well, I love the Freddy Krueger movie, so maybe I'll write as if I was Nancy from the Freddy Krueger movie. And so then I was like, well, what if I just wrote a dream sequence? And I was like, shit, what if this whole traveling back to the 80s was a dream? And that's what Blurry Vision is. So when you listen to it, it's all over the place. Like the lyrics are all over the place and they make sense, but they don't make sense because that's how dreams are. They make sense, but then there's something about it that don't make sense. But I'm saying things that you need to hear on it. You know what I'm saying? So let's take a listen to Blurry Vision.
I'm moving, I'm sweating, I'm drooling, I'm stuck in this nightmare, no clue what I'm doing. I'm back to the future, no Marty, no Cap, no Michael, no father, there's no turning back. No.
Yeah, man, Blurry Vision. This is one of my favorite joints on here, man. I made this beat and was just like, what am I gonna do with this? Like, I don't know. So last but not least, it is the outro and it is the title track, REDtro. When I wrote this song, I had a couple of situations in mind, a couple of people in mind. Last year, I learned a lot. I learned that you can't trust people. I learned that, you know, blood don't make you family. I learned that friends sometimes are enemies in disguise. And so when I wrote REDtro, there was a couple of people I was thinking about. Especially this one verse when I say, you're dirty, how could you? And I say like, my presence, you're not worthy. Let me give you a piece of advice. The best thing you can do to somebody who has wronged you is cut them off cold turkey. You hear me? Cold turkey. When somebody betrays you and they betray your trust and you were so giving and you were so warm to that person, when you take your presence away, that's the coldest thing you could do. You don't gotta be rude to them. You don't gotta be mean to them. You can see them in the street and say, yo, how you doing? But when you take away that love that you was giving them, when you take away your presence, that hurts the most. So when I did REDtro, when I wrote the title song, that's what I was thinking about. So let me play you guys a little bit of that.
That retro, it's got me feeling retro. I travel back through time, now it's time for me to let go of them liars, them cheaters, backstabbing wannabes. They talk they shit, then smile in your face like, hey, nice to see you.
Yo, Red, what up? Man, so yeah, that's it, man. I'm super excited to share this project with you guys. It's gonna be on all streaming platforms on May 12th. 2021, that's next Tuesday, and there's some stuff on here that I didn't share here, so I definitely left some stuff for you guys to check out, like the intro and the interludes. They're really cool. But yeah, thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this video. Definitely check me out on my social media accounts. If you're just now finding me here on Instagram, go check out my YouTube page, which is RedNYC1979, where you can see some of my old videos where I used to do a lot of beat production and stuff like that. And as you know, I'm a huge Michael Jackson and Aaliyah fan, ATBMJ all day long. I don't care what nobody has to say about it. Those are my 2 inspirations, man. They kept me grounded. They have kept me going in my lifetime when I've had it hard. So you already know ATBMJ Productions in collaboration with Alonzo Music. Thank you, Alonzo, for the tracks that you did for this. Shout out to you for doing Proud. Shout out to you for doing the No More remix. Shout out to you for the mixing that you did on the project, and for your dope song 1985. Couldn't have done it without you, bro. Stay tuned. Y'all already know what it is. REDtro, that retro. It's got me feeling retro. I traveled back through time. Now it's time for me to let go of them liars, them cheaters, backstabbing wannabes. They talk they shit, then smile in your face like, hey, nice to see ya. Yo, Red, what up?